Hello, my name is Nicholas Daniel, and today we're going to talk about can the globalization survive the current health pandemic that's going on right now. This is for my Management 1010 class. Professor McLean is my professor, and we will start this presentation right now. So obviously we're in a pandemic, current pandemic. COVID is a very serious thing. A lot of people have been losing their jobs due to COVID. A lot of people haven't been working. The economy obviously has been falling down due to not really having like all the precautions of COVID, because it's just spreading so quick and there's so much going on right now, so much uncertainty, that it's really starting to impact like businesses. Some businesses are shutting down, some businesses are closing their doors for good, and it's not good for the economy. The GPD is going down due to it. There's a lot of things that this pandemic is really destroying right now. Global economy is definitely one, and also all the internal economies within each country are also being destroyed within this process. Now, the basic principles of global economics that are being challenged right now due to this are freedom of movement, transparency, legitimacy, and linear change. Now, freedom of movement is free trade. Now, with the borders being closed, people can't go within other countries. They can't even leave their own country. Shit, they can't even go within their own country. They can't even barely move around in their country. So the freedom of movement is very impacted right now due to this pandemic. Free trade has been impacted because some countries feel like they can't really afford to get exports right now because they don't want to put themselves more in debt, because right now they can barely even afford to survive right now. I mean, we don't even know really what's going to happen. So much uncertainty. Now, transparency, the internet. So many things that the internet are posting about this pandemic, about COVID, are incorrect. There's incorrect numbers being thrown around. There's incorrect pseudosciences being thrown around saying, oh, it's all a myth, and oh, it's a hoax, don't worry, everything's fine. We can open businesses, it's all good. It's not the truth, it's not the case. So transparency is a big issue right now within this whole pandemic. The internet has been lying a lot about things. There are truthful articles out there, but the internet has been lying about some of the things that we've been seeing. Legitimacy. So the government. Okay, the government is having a hard time within all countries in the nation, that, or in the world I mean, that they don't really know how to handle the situation that's going on right now. They don't really know what to do. Like, there's so many precautions that you have to do, there's so many things you have to make sure of, that you can't really like be too positive of. It's like, do we, open the business in 2 weeks, or do we wait another 2 months till we open? Do we just say whatever and just have the business keep running and have all the employees get sick and potentially kill a quarter of the employees that are within the company? I don't know. It's just so much uncertainty, and the government hasn't really been, I mean, I don't want to put blame on them because it's such an uncertain time and there's so many things going on. It's so really hard to kind of calibrate what exactly is going on and how to handle it. But the government has been having issues with legitimacy, and there's been a lot of problems with how we should be running this and how we should be taking precautions and how we should be running business currently, especially within global economics. Now, linear change. Well, predictability is the main thing. Now, usually, if the economy starts going down, it'll eventually come back up and it'll eventually go back to a good place and everything's going to be fine. Right now, are we sure that we're ever going to come back to being normal? How long is it going to be until we go back up? Are we just going to keep diving down, 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 maybe go a little bit up, but go back right down? There's so much unpredictability with this. Usually, like I said, you usually go up and down. It's just peaks and troughs. But right now, it's kind of hard to tell if we're ever going to get that peak again. So that's the 4 principles of global economics that are being challenged currently with this situation. Now, the new normal. Well, it seems like countries are investing in their own economies at this current time. That's why free trade has been dying, because people have been investing within their own economies and using their own resources lately, just because they don't really want to spend the money. They don't want to put themselves more in debt when they really don't know if they can even afford the debt right now. And then the debate of outsourcing. So do you go with the idea of, oh, okay, we can outsource our products and outsource our services, but yeah, it's lower cost, but at the same time, do we want to depend on another country that may not be doing too well? Do we want to depend on another country and put ourselves more in debt? Do we want to depend on another country that may not even really have the supply that we need, or may not even be able to have the services done in a timely manner and ruin our economy due to that? Outsourcing is very in high debate right now due to this pandemic, and honestly, it's been impacted very, very much so. And then how it relates back to what we've been studying in class. Now, Chapter 4 is global management. This is obviously a global thing because it's global economics. As I said right here, global economy. but global economy is one of the things that they hit within the chapter. And obviously this whole thing is about the global economy and with what the world's going through with the pandemic and how much things have been changing lately and how things are being taken care of. It's a very serious thing that's going on right now, and the global economy is not doing too well because of it. And this article is all about the global economy and what has been going on right now within the world. And free trade. Free trade is another thing that they hit on the global management chapter. And obviously free trade's not doing too hot. Also brought up in the article that free trade is a big thing of debate, and also outsourcing, which I don't know if the chapter really covered that, but at the same time it does fall within global economics. And free trade, as I said before, has been hit on that chapter, and we are talking about free trade within this PowerPoint and also within this paper that I will submit. Now, is there any questions? All right, it looks like we have no questions, so for the final slide, what do we got? Thank you for attending and watching. Thank you.